Hello, hi, welcome to the video. Yes, this video we're gonna discuss some books that I've been reading lately, which is a shit ton of books. I've been reading a bunch of books lately, non-stop, so we're gonna talk about them and all the shenanigans. The books I have read don't have a theme or like I didn't find them on a special list or anything, so it's just gonna be flip-floppy stuff, but I hope you guys will enjoy it too. Grab your snack, your coffee, your tea, whatever hydration eating thing you have, and let's talk about some random books that I have picked up lately. Yes. Okay. Pure color. Ta-da! This book. It's green. It's green. It's just like a thumb. Just a green blob. This is a book about art, or like the creation of something. It is about these three characters, and they are something that's called the first draft, which is kind of like a creation of humankind. It deals with a little bit of religion in it, like God and such things, and it also deals with grief and love. The grief portion actually in this book, I very much enjoyed how they depicted grief in this book. It is a novel. It is 200-300 pages, so it's not too long. It's very much like keeps going back to art all the time. It's an art form, like the book is described to you, but it can be pretty vague at times. It's almost like a painting is how I interpret it as. Like a painting, Pollock painting, or one of those abstract paintings basically, with a bunch of colors, patterns. Like it's not really depicting a certain thing. It's more for you to like interpret all these different colors and textures, and that's how this book felt. It's about these three little characters that being created, like Sims characters if you're a gamer. Sims characters that they created, and then they put them in the sandbox and they were like, go nuts, do your thing. Like a little experiment basically about human emotion and how we would interact with each other. So I very much enjoyed this book. I know this book is probably not for everyone. It's a bit quirky and a little bit maybe different. Once again, it's very obscure and it can also be a little weird in that sense. But once again, I do love the arts, drawing and stuff. Like if you see my background here, this is art that I like, and I've drawn it also. I really like the art process and how art works. And let me show you guys just for a second. Oh, careful. Can you guys see this a little bit better now? It's not as blurry, right? It's a big one, so yes, I have drawn this stuff. I do dabble into some art sometimes. It's fun. Yeah! I'm an artist. Bruh. Semi-artist, Joe. Semi-artist. Just for funsies. Okay. She's going back in the background. Okay, nice. If you like obscure novels talking about art and also human emotions and just enjoying how different characters interact with each other, then yeah, I would recommend Pure Color. And if you're a sucker for the color green, just look at that cover. Wow! The other book I read, Breast and Eggs. This is the author who did All the Lovers in the Night, which I very much enjoy. I love that book. I actually have it here in the backdrop. Breast and Eggs. It is a novel. takes place in Japan. It follows 3 different characters, all female characters, and it's about 400 to 500 pages. It's a bit chunkier one, and it's only one book. You do follow it through one mother and her child, and then also the sister. It's about their life together. The start of the book, or the first half of the book number 1 as it's called when you start reading, it's about the mother character and her kid, her girlie, focusing on their relationship but also other things. As the title says, Breast and Eggs is the name of it. The mother is very much into appearances. Like, the mother wants to physically look good. Whenever she had her child, she felt like after that she lost her physique, her appearance, so she wants to fix that and kind of gets hooked up on beauty, basically. She wants to have a breast operation and really thinks that through and go through the numbers, and also a lot of other things are happening, but the mother really has a fixation on breasts to make them look beautiful again as they were before she had her child, which is very depressing to hear, but also there's some truth in that to the character. Then you also have the child character who's going through school. You follow her through diary entries. She's writing down the diary entries because she doesn't speak to her mother. She's basically mute. It's more that she can speak, she chooses not to speak to her mother, and you will know more when you read the book. But we follow this child through her diary entries, going through school. In her diary entries, she goes through stuff where the kids are talking about periods and hormones and maturing and all that stuff, which once again, the title of the book, Breast and Eggs. It's kind of like this child really despises, in a sense, becoming an adult. She doesn't want to become a female in a sense and have to carry a child or have to deal with this stuff. It's almost like an allegory for not wanna identify as any gender kind of thing, which is really interesting. So you follow them through in the start of the book, and then the second book, which is the rest of the half, or more rest of the half. The first is shorter, and then the other chapter is longer. You follow this other character who is a writer. She also have thoughts about womanhood, adulthood, and that stuff. She is asexual, which is really interesting to read about, because I haven't read a lot of books that deals with asexual themes. So for her, it's not natural to have intercourse, is what she's saying. Like, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't sit right. But she also has this dream or this desire to become a mother. She wanna become a mother, but she does enjoy the pleasure of sex. This book is a book a lot about female maturity, adulthood, what it is becoming a female, what is motherhood, all that stuff. So it's a really interesting read. I enjoyed it a lot. Once again, it has some really cool themes and thought-provoking things in it, which is great. This is the second book I read from this author. The All the Lovers in the Night one, I think I enjoy a little bit more because it's a bit shorter and a bit more focused just on one character. But it is really cool to see all these 3 different characters and how also they interact with each other and overlap with each other in a sense. Also talking about this like taboo subjects, like living up to the normal beauty standards and also what is expected of you in the society and what is the meaning of things. So really interesting stuff. A drama book for sure. So if you enjoy that stuff, and it's very Japan. Once again, Japan. We love Japan. We love Japan. Breast and Eggs. The other book I read was The Mothers, which is written by the same author who did The Vanishing Half. I enjoyed The Vanishing Half a lot. That was the first book I read from the author. So when I found that The Mothers was available in my library, I was like, yeah, let's read another one, you know? The Mothers is a novel. It is 200 to 300 pages. Damn, I liked it. I liked it a lot. It's something with that author's writing. It's so easy to get into her books. It's awesome. In the book, you follow 3 characters. It is 2 females and a male, amongst, of course, other characters, but those are the central ones. And it's a really interesting dynamic between these 3 different characters. And they form friendships, relationships. There is heartwarming scenes, but also heartbreaking scenes. The character we follow through in the beginning is very young. She's 17, still in school, and she starts seeing this guy who's older than her, and then things happen, and it deals with pregnancy and different things. Things doesn't really work out as it's supposed to. She befriends this other character later who is 100% the opposite of her. This character deals a lot with religion and God, and she's more conservative, which the main character is not so conservative, basically. And they spend the summer together, and even though that they are so different, they just click and become really good friends, which is so lovely and so cute. And I really love their relationship. This main character and this other girlie love their relationship together, even though they were plus and minus and the opposite in a way. They just worked so well together. And then it also deals with the male character too, which the main character had a relationship with the male character before. And they kind of combine all 3 of them, and then things escalate and heartbreak. Oh! But yeah, it's the way this author writes characters and interactions are so good. I enjoyed The Mothers a lot, and it does deal with some heavy and serious topics too, as The Vanishing Half too. So it's not just a book dealing with drama or whatever you want to name it. It actually has some substance to it in the background, just as The Vanishing Half had. Very much enjoyed it. Glad that I read it, and it was a fast read for me, at least. It just went swoosh. Damn. And also The Mothers, you can interpret it in different ways. The way I interpret it is that it deals with pregnancy between different characters, and I was thinking that it's like the motherhood of this one and that one, and kind of like it's putting them all in this experience, but in different ways. And that's why it is The Mother's name of the book. But I mean, that's just my interpretation. Anyways. And the last book is... I have to look this up actually, because it's such a long title. Give me a second, I'm gonna bring up my phone. The 7 Moons of Maali, Almeida. I might have mispronounced that. This is a book, a novel. I think it's around 400, maybe 500 pages, more like 400 pages. It was the book prize winner of 2022. It won the book prize, the National Book Prize. This book deals with death and afterlife, choosing the right path and discovering yourself. It's really interesting subjects. The main character in the beginning of the book passes away, and they are in this limbo, basically like an afterlife thing. And they have 7 moons, which means 7 days in that limbo field before they have to make a decision about the afterlife. And the main character, who is a photograph, takes photos, and is a very flawed character, for sure. Don't remember how they passed away, like what happened. So they wanna know, how did they pass away? What went down, you know? But also like saying goodbye to your loved ones and that stuff too. And it goes into more stuff, but it is a lot about kind of like a detective mystery thing, but also accepting death in some sense. And this character interacts with other people who has also passed away and get to see their stories, and they're telling their stories to them, kind of like in an observer role. So really interesting themes. This book didn't grab me for some reason, which is weird because the themes of it is really dope. And I thought I would really like it, and I do like it, but I didn't love it, sadly. But it has some really great writing in it. Don't be fooled by the cover, it's really colorful, but it deals with dark themes and mature themes in it. It is a good read, it's interesting, talking about what comes after the afterlife, and it's talking about reincarnation, being born again. It has some twists and turns, and it's interesting. And once again, the main character is very flawed. It's interesting to follow that through their experience, what goes down. A good book. I feel, once again, it's not the book, it's me. Not the book, it's me. So this book will go in one of my to be reread in the future. Like I will reread this book again to give it another go, because it might just be the timing. Because I read so many books before all these books I mentioned. I also read Kafka on the Shore, which is like a 600 plus pages book, and I read this in a very short amount of time, so I was kind of plunging through the books, which you should not do, but it kind of happened because I came back from the US and I needed to make videos. So this was the last book on my list, so therefore I felt like I rushed it a little bit more. It's gonna go on my reread list in the future, and I will see if I enjoy it more when I can take more time with it and reflect, because I feel like that's really what the book is. You're supposed to reflect and take your time with it. It talks about, you know, life, afterlife, what's the point of life, finding your truth, and all that stuff. That's all the books for this video. Thank you so much for making it this far. If you have any opinions about the books or anything you wanna add, please place it in the comments below. Otherwise, please like the video and subscribe. It helps me out a bunch. And I will see you guys in the next video, whatever that will be. I'm gonna go down from reading so many books and just chill a little bit. There are gonna be books videos in the future, so I'll look out for that. But thank you, take care, and I will see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye bye.